Okay, so you know what a deposit is in a bank? A deposit is an asset for you, but it's a liability for the bank. Okay, so then, okay, that's like, lending institutions, but what about issuing institutions like the Federal Reserve, right? Like when they issue money to the banks, the the money that they issue, like via securities and all of that, is a liability to them, right? It's just like the bank, if the Fed wants to increase the money supply, right, they just buy back a shit ton of treasuries, and then the bank gets like the money, and then that's a liability on the Fed side, right? And as a result, you can't, like, what we've done in practice a lot of the time is if you want to increase the money supply, you just buy back shit ton of treasuries, right? But you can't create, like, the solution to a shortfall or liquidity crunch or a solvency crisis isn't to just like create more liabilities. Like that's always something that becomes an issue later on in life, like as a result, like the liabilities, like the reason like people aren't like afraid of like the deficit and like the debt ceiling and stuff like that is because you can always create more liabilities in theory, right? But the problem is like what you're doing is, number one, you're kind of delegitimizing the US dollar on the international stage, and eventually that's going to cause like an issue. And two, you're basically just like you're when you bail out banks by issuing new money, you're just diluting everyone else who holds money over capital, and that makes everyone else, like everyone in the US except people who own assets and capital, it sucks for them, And I feel like that's like what's happening on like it's happening so much, and it's going to continue to happen, and as a result I feel like this practice is like unethical and we should stop doing it.